where is the use cases for sensing? And my perspective, and I love to hear yours as we kind of go through this, but as far as solar farms go, it's an exciting challenge. And solar farms is, at least in upstate and East Coast, is that we have an incredible deployment. We're making great progress with it. Is how do we tie the energy transfer in? How do we actually get that power to where it needs to go? And I think sensing can really help that dynamic balancing and load transfer of not having to build as much infrastructure as the possibility, right? Kristen, what's your thoughts on that?
So I think that if this can be an information system that is much lower cost than building out other types of infrastructure to try to mitigate or measure, I'm really a proponent. So when you're talking about these different use cases, you're going to have to, like, we're talking to Amanda who's in Arizona, and you're upstate New York. I'm here in New Jersey watching the snowfall yet again. All different types of regions in the US and the world, of course, that have different types of resources, grid needs, user operations. And so I think the use cases for sensing, it can is way more than just the 5 that are on this categorized on this page. But the point is, how best can we sensor to gain information to make actionable decisions about it without overbuilding or over investing? So if this is a much lower cost option to find out the information at much deeper levels, then that's something that I think we need to investigate, and how these use cases can enable that kind of information.
Exactly. And the thing that we could get caught up in is that you can have information overload. We need quality information, and we need information that has insightful, right? We have to be able to have insightful information. So, I think that's where having higher accuracy, higher precision is great. And also the ability to actually do something and think about the information before you send it up the tree. It's exciting. And
I used to say, when I was at the city of New York managing the energy infrastructure there, which was a big challenge, that we had a lot of data but not a lot of answers. So we needed to figure out what this data actually meant. So I think if that's what you're getting at, and getting to what's the smart information, the informative, actionable, without being overwhelmed.
Exactly. And I think the last thing on the use cases is that it's different for every location, and we see different use cases in Europe. We see it North America, South America. So a lot of exciting things, but where we can help in particularly is that it goes back to our flexibility, and we have some exciting technology too. If you look over on the picture on the left here, is we actually are installing the first groundless voltage sensing. So groundless is if you always think about traditional PTs and CTs, if you don't have a ground on one of those, that could cause issues. But if you got to remember, we're a field effect sensor, so we're actually able to reference the actual case around these unit substations. And as you know, Con Ed has a ton of these. So we were able to put high quality, high reliability, low cost of installation solution into technology. It's been like out there, was it 60, 70 years? How old are those things? So
I don't want to know.
yeah. So what it really it's doing is that it goes back to is that by having a flexible modular sensing solution, it enables to have that equipment to not have to go through and tear it apart to put this in. For this particular installation, it went in about a day. Likewise, is if you look at the center and we go to vaults, if we go into additional controls, you look at the picture to the right, we're actually installing sensing on existing new construction too. And this is a rather large transformer in New York City also, is that you need flexibility, but we don't need a million solutions to do that. That's where the M410 comes in, and the flexibility of all the sensing solutions we have. So